We see you.
Can everybody still, see the presentation and still hear me?
Yep, you're perfect.
Okay. Uh, I promise I won't keep you long. My name's Carlos Kyles. The startup that I'm working on is called Polisal, and our tagline right now is "Be a diamond with a story to tell." And that's why my logo though is a diamond with green hair that looks like grass. And I'm going to explain more about that though as I go through the presentation. Uh, and here's our company's mission statement. Polysol wants to use the power of art to heal the trauma of bullying. And I'll just give you a little backstory on me real fast. Like growing up, I was bullied, and I was, rejected. And, that's the struggle though was real. And when I look back though, it was pressure in my life though that allowed me to become a diamond, or as I like to say, to become the person that I am though, because going through bullying though didn't break me. It actually made me stronger. And now I want to share my story though through a book I'm working on called Neat Man. And in the future though, I'm gonna start selling my art though through dreadless.com, and I'm gonna come up with more information with that. But the mission that I use this mission statement, using the power of art though to heal, is because what helped me to heal though from my trauma of bullying though was focusing on self-improvement, and was healing you self-improvement. And that could be as simple though as starting a new hobby like drawing. That could be as simple as working out, getting a job, getting a haircut, anything that can help you to focus on self-improvement, especially something though like martial arts though. And I just happen to be a blue belt in taekwondo. And that's basically the explanation of the mission statement. And being a diamond with a story to tell, well, I want to, that's why I want to share my story. I want to share my bullying story and encourage others to share their story about how going through what they went through, though, basically didn't break them, actually made them stronger and wiser, because I'm much stronger and wiser at 35 than I was, as a teenager. Because, for example, though, if someone was to call me like a harsh name or whatnot, it wouldn't even bother me, though, because I know, who I am as a, person, though, going through that. But I just want to state out some problems and some of the biggest issues though dealing with bullying. Like with the first one, the problems. Students who experience bullying are at increased risk for depression, anxiety, sleep difficulties, lower academic achievement, and dropping out of school. Bullied students indicate that bullying has a negative effect on how they feel about themselves, their relationship with friends and family, their schoolwork, and physical health. And there's a strong association between bullying and suicide related behavior, but this relationship is often meditated by other factors, including depression, violent behavior, and substance abuse. 30 to 70% of those who have died by suicide have depression or bipolar disorder. Over 50,000 people in the US committed suicide in the last 7 years as a result of bullying. That's 20 suicides per day. And to wrap it all up, though, to put it together, though, I've been doing my research, and there's definitely a major, connection, though, because when you first go through bullying, though, it can cause that person, though, to develop like depression, anxiety, or anger problems. And if that person don't get like therapy or the proper help and support them they need, though, it could lead, to depression. It could lead to suicide and all types of issues. It's like a chain reaction. It's like bullying itself though can trigger a negative chain reaction though for that person. And the solution that Polysol proposes though is to publish a superhero book called Neat Man that will be the first in a series to talk about the issue of bullying. And as the author though, I'm gonna share my bullying story in the intro, and I also plan on selling like art, t-shirts, accessories, and more, encouraging people to heal and grow from the trauma of bullying. I also plan on starting a social media community app and sites, or maybe even have a presence on Twitch and other social media where I can connect with those who've been bullied, and they can also find encouragement when they feel like there's no way out of being bullied. And I also want to start some though, whether it be through Twitch or something on YouTube, to where not only do I try to connect with people who've been bullied, but I want to start a community to where they can get all types of tips though on how they can heal those through do things like self-improvement and help them to understand how getting polished or sitting there or improving though can really help their self-esteem and boost their confidence and help them, heal though, because they can get all types of tips though, like, hey, exercise regularly, change your diet, sign up for, martial arts, and to help them understand that there's so many ways though that they can, find the confidence though to stand up the bullying in a positive way, feel better about themselves, and just let them know that there's definitely better options than taking their own life. What are the market opportunities? Well, I learned though that there's lots of anti-bullying movements that are going on that are being started by young people, such as a young lady though who was bullied by the color of her skin, but she started a powerful movement called Flexion in My Complexion. And the young man in Pensacola though who started I Am Davy, B. And there's also all types of community groups, national organizations, and entrepreneurs are taking steps to counter bullying, prevent bullying, and start anti-bullying movements as well. One example that I can think for the second point is the WWE though. Like WWE though years ago started a Be a Star movement, which was an anti bullying movement, and that's a major example though of a big corporation such as World Wrestling Entertainment though starting a anti-bullying movement. The product. A superhero short story entitled Neat Man. Art, t-shirts, accessories, products, and more on Drizzle.com and Facebook. That is still in development. I'm sorry. Just like, well, the products are still in development because Polisal itself though is at the idea, phase. Competitive advantage. The short story will be based on my bullying story. It'll bring a sense of realism, inspiration, and a moral point though for young, people to learn. And it's not just an anti-bullying movement. It promotes, healing and growth. Or like I said earlier, though, like Polisol wants to encourage people to seek their healing though through, self improvement. Like I'm not, wanting to encourage kids though to be self-centered though. No. But in order to be an inspiration though to others and to be the best they can be in life, a lot of time it starts with you though and getting yourself together. And the third point is give readers struggling with bullying and suicidal thoughts hope that there's another way to deal with the issue without taking your own life though. Why now? In school, bullying has been seen as a rite of passage. It's not seen as a problem that needs a solution because a lot of people believe bullying is a part of life. Some teachers and adults see it as kids being kids. Cyberbullying can actually help improve a student's perceived popularity. This suggests that society encourages this type of behavior by rewarding those who engage in it with higher social standings. 77% of kids say that bullying, and more specifically cyberbullying, is not a part of growing up. In order to help anyone dealing with the trauma of bullying, we need a different perspective on the issue. This is the problem that needs a, solution. Market validation. The two kids who started the anti-bullying movement, like I talked about earlier, though, is the young lady, though, who started Flexing in My Complexion, and I Am Davy B in Pensacola, Florida. The growth plan. Publish a series of superhero short stories. Promote the movement, be a diamond with a story to tell by using art activities and selling art products to help people heal and grow from their bullying trauma. Not only does Polisal want to be able to sell books and art products, but Polisal wants to share my bullying story through speaking engagement and social media sites. And if possible, and if everything works out, I'm either going to develop an app or maybe develop something else. Because when I think about it, not only do I want to do that though, but I want to also find ways though to turn self-improvement into an art form, because if you can turn like self-improvement in an art form, I believe that could help a lot of kids or a lot of people though heal though from bullying. Revenue model. Sell paperback and audiobooks of Neat Man for $15.99 per book. Art, t-shirts, and products ranging from $5 to $25. That may change though, like as I go along, but that's just an idea of where I want to go. team. I don't have a team right now because right now it's just me. I'm just an inspiring artist that wants to use his talents though to make a difference. My goal is to use art to promote self growth and promote seeking your healing. Fundraising. Well, I do plan on doing some fundraising though sometime down the road though. Because right now I might see $5,000 or higher, or I might see something else though for things like material for books, material for art products, creating a web presence, collateral and branding material, marketing and app development. But this may change though as I, go along, like, down the road. And last but not least though, like if anybody have any questions or if anybody wants to, talk with me or learn more about Polisal, like here's my email address, madridchina7@gmail.com. I have a Facebook called Neek Man Polisal as well as Neek Man Art Gallery. But if you want to learn more though, there's my email address. My Instagram is Neek/R. And I also got another Instagram called Neek Man, aka Kenya, Italy. I'm also on Twitter, and I call myself Houston, Scotland, which is an artistic, term, but I may change that later. And I also have a LinkedIn, which is my name, Carlos Kyles. And that's been my presentation.